Welcome back. When a Milwaukee police officer steps out of line, other officers have an obligation to step in. It's called duty to intervene.
The I-Team has reported in the past on how flawed that system can be, but tonight Sean Gallagher shows us a new way to train law enforcement to police each other.
A majority of large-scale law enforcement agencies across the country already have a duty to intervene rule on the books. Minneapolis police did, but still Derek Chauvin is in prison for kneeling on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes, while 3 other officers remained on scene. 2 of those officers were recently found guilty for failing to intervene, and all 3 were convicted of violating George Floyd's civil rights. Now, a program aimed at changing the system is gaining popularity within law enforcement.
ABLE stands for Active Bystandership in Law Enforcement.
The ABLE project, started by Georgetown University in 2020, wants to renovate police intervention. There are 249 law enforcement agencies across the country who are ABLE certified. And over the next year, every member of the Milwaukee Police Department will get ABLE training. While the department has had intervention rules in place, Captain Timothy Lightsky, Director of Training for MPD, says this will be different.
We've always had the mechanisms, the policies, the procedures, and the training in place to avoid things like that. And yet you see George Floyd happen and you understand, what else can we do?
In the George Floyd case, Officer Derek Chauvin had nearly 20 years of experience and was a field training officer. But the 3 officers around him were less experienced. Tu Tao had about 8 years of experience. J. Alexander King and Thomas Lane were rookies in their first days on the job. ABLE shows even the most inexperienced officer ways to step in and intervene. How does this training empower a 21-year-old to tell you, a 20-year vet of this, that, you know, hey, we need to take you out of this situation?
We're going to protect them when they realize that they need to intervene, regardless of the rank or the seniority or status of the individual that they have to intervene upon. I have confidence that our veteran officers will be able to accept that. They're going to learn about the importance of reducing mistakes, preventing misconduct, and promoting the health and wellness of their fellow officers through active bystandership.
Captain Lightsky walked me through the 3 pillars of the ABLE project. The 8-hour training class details how officers can reduce mistakes, prevent misconduct, and promote health and wellness. They'll role play and run through real-life scenarios that have taken place in other jurisdictions across the country. Lightsky says learning all 3 pillars can go a long way in improving the integrity of law enforcement.
This can only help us with our ability to best serve the public, to improve our police legitimacy, to engage with them in ways that the community feels trusted, trusts us, feels respected.
But this is more than just another training.
It's actually a comprehensive program that creates a culture in the agency.
Lisa A. Kurtz is the ABLE project director. She helped develop ABLE after starting a similar program with the New Orleans Police Department called EPIC. That stands for Ethical Policing is Courageous.
We had great success with EPIC in New Orleans, but in the summer of 2020, following the murder of George Floyd, there was a tremendous need that agencies recognized around the country for a training that would empower their officers to intervene.
So what difference does ABLE make for a department that already tells its officers they are obligated to jump in?
The problem is that we haven't trained officers on how to intervene effectively, and we haven't worked to create cultures where officers feel comfortable intervening and feel comfortable accepting interventions.
Part of changing the culture means getting community buy-in. The ABLE project doesn't just accept any law enforcement agency. Each department needs to show proof the training will be taken seriously, with letters of support from a local leader and 2 different community organizations.
If you can't get 2 letters of support from community groups, then you have some foundational work to do before you're ready for a program like ABLE.
We thought was really key to making sure we have a good, strong, healthy police department.
Keith Stanley runs Near West Side Partners. In his letter of support, he wholeheartedly recommended MPD for the ABLE project. He signed off on the department taking this training seriously.
To see the Milwaukee Police Department, to see Chief Jeffrey Norman leading the charge and saying, listen, here's a new policy, here's a new way that we can make sure that we will hold our officers and other officers will hold themselves accountable is important.
We really don't want agencies that are going to look at this as a check the box exercise or as kind of a one and done training.
This is always very important to make sure that we are providing constitutional policing.
Captain Lightsky says the latest recruit class was the first to go through the training in the last couple of months, but they'll have the entire department trained by next year. And MPD will start sharing their knowledge with other agencies in our area, all in an effort to try to teach other agencies about bystandership.
Now, Milwaukee police have been in the spotlight for some bad behavior that's needed intervention before in 2020 during some of the protests after the death of George Floyd. We saw officers putting their knees on the heads and necks of some of those protesters. Will this training address that specifically?
Oh, it won't, actually. But if you remember, MPD ruled that there was no code of conduct violation in that incident, but it's still under review by the FPC. However, Captain Lightsky tells me all of the real-life scenarios that they will look at as a part of the ABLE training is going to come from jurisdictions around the country.
Now, once MPD is certified through the ABLE process, how long does that certification last?
Well, there's an annual refresher of sorts for MPD that they need to keep up with trainings and also prove that they're keeping up. Otherwise, they could lose that certification, and that's actually something that happened with the Orlando Police Department earlier this year. They weren't taking it seriously enough, so now they're out.
Sean Gallagher, thank you.